Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 6, and today we're taking a look at the 2024 Nissan GT-R NISMO. So this is part of the long production run of the R35 that lasted from December 2007 to August 2025. This version is part of the 2023 update, of which there were many over the lifespan of the R35, and this version was limited to 300 units worldwide. So it's not the first GT-R NISMO we've obviously had on this Forza series, as we obviously do have the 2020 version also on this game, but this has had some alterations to that car, as it has had a facelift. It's got a mechanical limited slip differential up front, a larger swan neck rear wing, revised front lip canards and rear diffuser, enhanced carbon fibre bucket seats, and the NISMO appearance package, which includes the exclusive stealth grey body colour that we have here, clear coated carbon fibre hood, which saves you a whole 100 grams, and the red accented NISMO wheels. And with that rear wing and other body modifications, it does have an increased amount of downforce by 13% over the prior version. So handling is definitely a factor of this car that has been improved. But what hasn't been improved is the engine itself, which is exact same as the prior GT-R NISMO. So that is 600 horsepower, 481 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.8 litre twin turbocharged V6 engine. But quite frankly, with this engine already being excellent, I don't see the need to really improve it anymore. Because at the end of the day, if you know what power you're getting out of the car already, you know you've already got a car that has that power and you can see what it can do with it in terms of handling and performance, then all you really need to do with this version is just tweak it so that you can use that power more often due to the handling being better, and therefore make it a bit more of an efficient vehicle to drive around a track. And yeah, it still looks like a really rather great car, to be honest. Interior, like I said, only really changed in terms of the seats, but yeah, you've got some red accenting in it as well to go alongside the red accenting on the wheels and such on the bodywork. So yeah, that follows through here, but yeah, pretty much everything else is the same as the prior NISMO there. Still got the rear seats though, so it's still a practical vehicle, which is one thing I've always liked about this GT-R, is the fact that it's a practical car. Unfortunately, we can't show you the boot. I'm not sure why that is not letting us. But yeah, it's also still dealing with the same gearbox, a 6-speed double clutch transmission, and yeah. But that gearbox was hardly a bad thing anyway. But like I said, the downforce has been increased, and therefore when it comes to G-forces, this car has had improvements over the prior NISMO version. So 60 mile an hour, the 2020 version could do 1.18 G. This can now do 1.2 G. And 120 mile an hour, the previous version could do 1.25, and this can do 1.31. Not massive differences, obviously, but at the end of the day, being able to pull more G at any rate of speed is always going to make the car better through corners. It's going to mean you can hold a greater amount of speed, and it increases your confidence in the vehicle as well, as it's not going to step out when you're pushing it 120 mile an hour, for instance. So yeah, it really does fly through the corners. And to show that, we're going to go onto the Legend Island circuit. It's going to be the first time we've been there for a review on this game, and see what this car can do. Right, here we are at Legend Island circuit. So it's the first time that we've used a car on this circuit for a review, and that's because I've only recently unlocked it in a playthrough. But I figured this is more than a special enough car for it to be the first one to use. So let's, as per usual, hear what the car sounds like, and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, like the previous GTR Nismo, this is still ferociously fast in terms of acceleration and top speed, but now you've got more control with that additional downforce, and yeah, therefore increased confidence in the vehicle. 0 to 60 is dealt with in only 2.686 seconds. 0 to 100 is dealt with in 6.599 seconds. And as far as this game is concerned, it will go into a top speed of 210 miles an hour. So, yeah, absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is one of the best coupes ever made. And the fact is, it's still a practical one as well. You know, you've still got those rear seats, you've still got a boot. Although I couldn't show you in the game, it's obviously still a practical car in that regard. And yeah, it can tear up a track, go around corners at 120 mile an hour plus, and not even feel like it's putting up a sweat. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to drive. It's kind of a bit of a confidence booster, to be honest, but I can fully see why somebody would use this first off in a race in the class that it's in, which is S1 in this game. And yeah, upgraded, I imagine you can, you know, make it even more of a competitive vehicle in the class that it's currently in, or one above. So yeah, but even in stock form, it's still a phenomenal car. Just grips and grips, and then you've got all of that power. You've still got a good sounding V6 under the bonnet, and yeah, it's just basically a car that can do pretty much everything. You can carry 4 people in luxury and at 200 mile an hour plus. So yeah, an absolutely sensational car. A really, really good send-off for the R35 GTR in general, to be honest. Obviously, it has been around for a long time, far longer than any other version of the GTR in the past, but yeah, it's definitely one that, as far as I'm concerned, deserved that longevity, and the fact that it's been able to, you know, exist for that amount of time and still kick it with supercars and, you know, hypercars that have, you know, cost way more and, you know, are far more powerful, and yet this will still, you know, outhandle a lot of them, is just phenomenal, quite frankly. So yeah, you have to doff your cap to Nissan, quite frankly, and whether or not they follow this this version of the GTR up with a new one or not in the future, I don't know, but they'll have to do a lot of work to make it any better than this, because this is, quite frankly, the ultimate version of the ultimate car. So yeah, fantastic vehicle. Really nice to see that it's in this game. We obviously had the 2020 version in previous Forza games, but to have this version in, where it's obviously been slightly fettled to make it even better, is yeah, a real treat, and yeah, one that I highly recommend trying out. But if you have tried out this version of the GTR Nismo, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.